Bad just got worse. Punctures, overheating, broken axles, wrong directions, collisions. Exclusive to Supersport, the Paris-Dakar Rally is proudly sponsored by Total Quartz Lubricants.
Welcome from myself, Dave Peterson, for the first of our on-the-spot reports on the Paris to Dakar Marathon Rally. Well, we've had a long trek south through Europe, and now we're on the south of Spain. This evening we get onto the ferry across to Morocco, and of course tomorrow the rally proper does begin. It's been a cold, wet journey southwards, over 2,000 kilometers of roads, mud and slush. South African competitor Alfie Cox is of course the main focus of our attention. Last night we caught up with Alfie for some of his comments on the event so far.
Yeah, you know, it's coming from where we've come from, Dave, it's just unbelievable. I mean, we can't accept weather this cold. And I remember in '98 was exactly the same. I mean, riding all the way down exactly the same way we've come. And I think it's probably one of our coldest days in South Africa, in the coldest part of South Africa today. I mean, rain all the way, and we got to get to south. The sun looked like it was coming out for a while, and the rain came back again. So, but once we get into Morocco, obviously it gets warmer.
You had a good special today, but tell us about your tactics from here on out.
Yeah, I don't want to go into Morocco after we get off the boat 2 days' time anywhere near the lead. I want to be at least in about 10th to 15th place, because it's a short special of 130 kilometers. There's not much navigation, and if I can just watch the guys in front of me, I'm sure I can take 5 minutes out of the leaders. Whoever starts first in Morocco, you know, you've got to be able to know where he's going, navigate himself. If I can come from behind, it's happened before, I've seen it. It's been happened to me for the last 2 years in the rallies. The Romers, the kindergarteners have all done the same to me, and I hope they haven't got the same idea as me, but that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my chance.
So that's it from us in the south of Spain. We look forward to joining you tomorrow in Morocco for the Paris-Dakar Marathon Rally.
Bad just got worse. Punctures, overheating, broken axles, wrong directions, collisions. Exclusive to Supersport, the Paris-Dakar Rally was
Tomorrow, as I take you inside the Paris-Dakar Rally.
Hi, I'm Alfie Cox. See how I shape in the world's toughest motorsport event.
just another day in the world's most demanding rally. Exclusive to Supersport. Tomorrow, the Paris-Dakar Rally. Proudly sponsored by Total Quartz Lubricants.
It looks like Dave has already lost some weight out there, and he hasn't started on the serious part. More than 8,000 kilometers still ahead. Well, today they were in Castilla in Spain, but a disagreement over financial demands sorted out the men from the boys, and that the motorcyclists didn't take to the road. However, the cars did. Let's see how they went today in day 3 of the Paris to Dakar Rally.
Bad just got worse. Punctures, overheating, broken axles, wrong directions, collisions. Exclusive to Supersport, the Paris-Dakar Rally is proudly sponsored by Total Quartz Lubricants.
Welcome to day 3 of Dakar 2001, but first of all, let's just go back 24 hours to the 6-kilometre special stage at Chateau Las Tours. Correction, 35 kilometres. It was very, very slippery for many of the cars going through, and indeed the motorcycles. Here we see the Mitsubishi of Carlos Closet. He went on to the side of the car, but managed to get it back on the road. Here is Javier Foy in his Toyota, having a lot of understeer through the right-hander, but at least keeping it on the road. Now, the bumps at Chateau Las Tours were catching a lot of people out, particularly further down the order. and it was actually, ironically, to cost some people very, very dear indeed. Sometimes the suspension was right on the bump stops, sometimes a little bit further. Here he says that he just passed 2 or 3 bumps, and the last one the car fell very hard indeed, and it's broken the suspension. So, well, all I can do now is wait. Car number 316 going no further. Carlos Martinez Campos. The two-wheel drive buggy's having some trouble, but look at this terrifying accident that actually befell car number 312, the Dutchman, Leeds, and a big, big accident. And ironically, before the crew had actually even left France. Big accident, as you can see, befalling particularly the co-driver's side of the car. Co-driver actually having a small wound to his head there. I'm taking a photograph, and that will remind him of bad memories in years to come. We went from jump to jump, and it was over. The dream has ended. I'm very sad, so maybe next year. Now, what's happening in the trucks? Well, it's 4th position overall for the Tatra of Lopre, Kalina and Hameria. These are the racing trucks, of course, as opposed to the service trucks following later. 3rd overall in the truck section, De Azevedo, Tomacek and Martinek in truck number 427. And then number 426, 2nd overall, Kabirov, Beliaev and Bikachev, they in their Russian Kamaz. But leading overall is the other Kamaz of Vladimir, Iguazar and Sergei. 30 racing trucks in this section. So day 3 sees the crews go from Castellón to Almería. Castellón, a little further north of the city of Valencia. The short special stage, and then the long, long road section all the way down south. But day 3 action actually started late on day 2 with Hubert Oriol, the big boss of the Dakar, having problems with the Spanish Motorcycle Federation with regards to how much the Federation was going to charge the Dakar organisers to let the motorcycles run through the stage on day 3. We must stop the motorcycle stage tomorrow because we cannot come to an agreement, he says, with the Spanish Bike Federation, who have asked for too much money for the motorcycles to go in this stage. We had no problem with the Car Federation when we made the route back in September 2000, and as we have a budget to stick to, we cannot extend it. We have waited to the last minute, hoping that the Bike Federation would change with the help of Juan Porca, who is our Dakar Spanish representative, but we are unlucky with the decision that was taken. We regret this decision for the Castellón town, the Spanish drivers and riders, and of course the TV viewers and fans.
Et bien sûr à tous les téléspectateurs et aux aficionados du Dakar en Espagne.
Now what actually happened was that the motorcyclists had to ride the first road section to the start of today's 6-kilometer stage in order to get their time card stamped. They didn't have to do the stage. Some people opted out, but some people did opt to do the 6 kilometers, if only to keep themselves match fit. However, as we can see here, very, very deep sand, giving quite a few problems for some of the riders.
Tout le monde est allé au tas une fois quasiment. Pas moi, mais alors je te dis que j'ai bataillé, garçon. Là c'est la galère, là il y en a certains qui vont avoir du mal à sortir. Moi je cache pas que les commissaires.
Today was a struggle. I think that some riders had many problems in there and maybe they didn't get to the end. Once or twice, the officials helped me out of the deep sand, but when I will be in the desert, I will be alone. Here is the quad, number 142, Jose Luis Alvarez, with a Spanish star. And, well, he certainly did get stuck into the stage, putting on a show for his home crowd. He got to the finish, and he was happy to be amongst some fellow Spaniards. Celebration's almost going over the top. Therefore, the motorcycles, their overall timings stay as they were after day 2. Sang from Roma, Sala, Tienen and Campbell. Well, as you heard Hubert Oriol saying earlier, no problems with the Spanish Automobile Federation as to how they got through today's 6-kilometre stage, but that wasn't to say that the cars didn't have their problems either. Look at how deep the sand was. Now, this is essentially a man-made stage. A few tempers getting very frayed there. This is a man-made stage on the beach, not far from Castellón. And look at that damp sand, and these cars getting well and truly ensconced into the sand here in early January. The sun may be out, but it's quite chilly out there, and the last thing the crews expected was to get, never mind stuck, but even thinking about getting towed out.
Quand c'est propre, ça va, mais quand il y a trop de monde qui est passé, ça fait des tranchées qui sont trop hautes pour pouvoir
Not a
passer.
good stage at all, says Bruno Sabi.
On est obligé de dégonfler au maximum.
Two-wheel drive car
redémarrer.
having a lot more problems than some of the four-wheel drives. We've lost a lot of time. And even some of the four-wheel drive cars got stuck in the sand. This is Japan's Kenjiro Shinazuka in the Mitsubishi Pajero number 203, getting stuck and eventually getting out after having lost a lot of time. In the end, though, it was Jean-Pierre Fontenay in his similar Mitsubishi who was victorious on the stage, doing a time of 8 minutes and 20 seconds. Second on today's stage, Hiro Mashioka in the sister machine, the Japanese driver keeping well in touch. Third, Belgium's Grégoire Demavius, the two-time Group N World Rally Champion in his T2 Nissan. The Belgian was third, giving away some 22 seconds to Fontenay's fastest time. Fourth on today's stage, Thierry Delaverne in the sister machine to that of Demavius. Fifth equal was Jose Maria Servia in the two-wheel drive Schlesser buggy, the Spanish driver on home soil, or was it sand? Portugal's Souza was fifth equal with Servia, with a time of 8 minutes and 54 seconds. So, put it into context, 34 seconds covering the top 5. Jutta Kleinschmidt, she was 7th in her T2 Mitsubishi. And what about car number 200, Jean-Louis Schlesser? Well, he was 13th today, giving away 1 minute and 6 seconds as he struggled to somehow find some grip on the very deep sand. The rest of the runners having a little trouble even over the bumps. So there's the rundown of what happened today. Jean-Pierre Fontenay, quickest from Mashioka, Grégoire Demavius, Thierry Delaverne and Jose Maria Servia. That was on the stage today. By the way, Shinazuka, he lost 7 minutes stuck in the sand, and he is way down the order in 33rd overall. Therefore, Masuoka leads from Schlesser, Fontenay, Servia and Damavius. 1 minute 15, covering the top 5.
We passed the Eurobird, then left turn, but our speed was too fast. Then we cannot turn easily. Then we go outside of sandbank. We like this, then cannot move. Only 20 meters to the finish. Yeah. But we stop. Then we must do that like this.
It's a Dakar.
Yeah.
It's the beginning.
Yeah. Already we practice for the sand.
Si on passe pas là, on passera pas en Mauritanie.
Vornberg, 92nd overall. He says if we can drive here, well, we can drive in Mauritania. If we struggled in Mauritania, we would then have to take it very, very easily indeed. But I hope that we can succeed there. Today was very difficult, but we were very lucky as there was a bulldozer to help us. Well, Europe is over, and the Dakar 2001 certainly gets underway on day 4. An overnight boat trip to the north of Morocco, to Nador, then a road section of 184 kilometers, the first big stage, 139 Ks, and then another road section all the way down south to Erashida. 602 kilometers in total await Dakar 2001, but first they've got to get themselves on the boat.